We open on Tokyo City's Ikegawa Arts High School, one of those elite spots where future creators grind day and night to level up their craft. Students are scattered around sculpting statues, designing on computers, painting canvases. Everyone's locked in on their hustle. But tucked away in one corner of the room, something's brewing that nobody else is paying attention to. Someone's working on their own thing, completely isolated from the rest of the class energy. Two students are going at it, both claiming they are the superior artist. Like this is a battle for their reputation. The competition is so intense, they're literally in each other's faces about it. An observer watching from the side is just soaking in the drama, calling out how these two are basically having a staring contest at this point. The tension between them is absolutely unhinged, and everyone knows it. The twist hits hard. They're not beefing at all, they're just standing way too close holding hands behind a canvas. The whole rivalry was a front, and now they're exposed. These two are locked in the most pointless argument known to mankind, both claiming they're rivals while everyone else just watches the chaos unfold. A full-blown war is raging over absolutely nothing, and neither of them is backing down. Our boy is out here declaring she's literally his dream girl, the one he's been manifesting this whole time. He's got his paintbrush out like he's about to immortalize this moment forever. His checklist for the perfect girlfriend is wild. She gets on his case sometimes, smells good, and has that sweet but pure vibe going on. He's running through these requirements like he's filling out a character creation sheet. And just to top it all off, she's got a beauty mark right on her chest that's living in his head rent-free. This man is down astronomically bad, and we all know it. But here's the kicker. She's never actually had a boyfriend before, so all this energy he's putting out is completely one-sided. Bro really thought he had a chance, and reality just hit him like a truck. She walks into his room without warning and catches him mid-daydream, grinning like an absolute maniac with his thumbs up. Bro was so deep in his delusions, he didn't even hear the door open. She calls him out immediately, asking why he's having full conversations with himself like some kind of lunatic. This is Riona Toda, first-year student and his classmate since middle school, so she knows all his weird habits by now. He tries to defend himself, insisting it's just harmless fantasizing and nothing more. But the damage is done. She already witnessed the full extent of his down bad behavior, and there's no coming back from that. Out of nowhere, she yells his name from outside his house, her voice echoing through the entire neighborhood. Birds are literally flying away from the sound, and our boy is probably having a heart attack right now. He's on the floor having a full meltdown, begging her not to ruin his meditation session or whatever cope he's using to justify his existence. She corrects him like, "Nah, you mean delusion," and honestly she's not wrong at all. He's over here declaring he's gonna become a god-tier creator no matter what it takes, chasing some higher purpose like his life depends on it. She hits him with the reality check that this is actually happening right now, and he needs to snap out of it. She tells him he needs to blow up and get popular if he wants to make it as a real creative. Bro is hyped beyond belief, agreeing with her like she just unlocked the secret to life itself. She goes in hard, reminding him that if he actually wants to be taken seriously, maybe he should fix that disaster of a hairstyle first. She's not letting up either, calling him out for looking exactly the same since middle school with zero glow-up whatsoever. She drops the harsh truth that even if you're unhinged or straight-up weird, having that special energy can make you look interesting. Then she shows him examples of god-tier creators with 100K followers posting wild stuff, and he's just sitting there thinking it's disgusting. She asks why he's suddenly acting all depressed about it, and he fires back asking what good a new haircut is even gonna do for him. She reassures him that his face is actually fine the way it is, but bro is clearly not convinced at all. She's watching him work on his canvas with this unimpressed expression, just letting out the most deflated huh you've ever heard. You can feel the disappointment radiating off her from across the room. He starts freaking out, asking if he's actually good-looking, and she hits him with the double exclamation marks confirming it for real. Bro is shook, because he genuinely had no idea this whole time. She immediately backtracks, telling him not to take it too seriously, calling him an idiot while looking flustered as hell. The way she's covering her mouth and blushing is giving away everything she's trying to hide. Their teacher announces tomorrow is the final critique, so everyone needs to keep drawing until the absolute last second without giving up. The whole class is locked in working on those classical bust sculptures with maximum focus. The teachers are discussing how this year's first years are all insanely talented and pulling off some impressive work. Our boy is standing there with his easel looking conflicted, probably spiraling about whether his skill level can even compete with everyone else. He's staring at his unfinished drawing knowing full well he's not gonna make the deadline, the dread setting in hard. The anxiety is written all over his face as time keeps slipping away from him. In a moment of pure desperation, he whips out his phone and starts taking reference photos of the sculpture like his life depends on it. Bro is scrambling for any advantage he can get at this point. He's questioning everything now, wondering if he can actually reach that god-tier level everyone keeps talking about. The self-doubt is crushing him, and you can see it all over his expression. We cut to a flashback of him as a kid playing soccer in the schoolyard with his friends calling out to him. This is where it all started for him apparently. Some kid is begging him to draw something again after his older brother straight up took his last drawing from him. Another person is roasting him about his nickname, and he looks absolutely fed up with all of it. All the kids are crowding around him losing their minds over his drawing skills, hyping him up like he just dropped a masterpiece. He's sitting there focused on his work while everyone else is absolutely mesmerized by what he's creating. They're all calling him the absolute best and declaring him the creator of legendary stuff, praising him to the heavens. One kid even warns that next time they're gonna charge people to see his art because it's that good. He admits he used to be considered a straight-up genius back in the day when drawing came naturally to him. You can see the weight of those memories hitting him as he remembers what it felt like to be effortlessly talented. The reality kicks in hard. Now all he feels is despair over how much his skills have fallen off since then. Watching everyone else around him grinding away at their easels just reminds him how far behind he's fallen. We see him watching someone else painting at their easel with the city skyline visible through the window behind them. The silence between them says everything about where he's at mentally right now. He realizes that in moments like these, the only person who can pull him out of this spiral is Toda. She's literally his lifeline when everything else is falling apart around him. His finished drawing is rough as hell, looking like something that barely passes as a complete work. The proportions are off and the shading is inconsistent. This is not the quality he was hoping for at all. Just looking at her work genuinely puts his mind at ease and calms him down instantly. He's smiling watching her create because her art has that kind of power over him. She notices he's always staring at her while she works, constantly keeping tabs on what she's doing. She catches him doing it again, and he's just standing there by his easel looking directly at her. He starts wondering why she's always so kind to him with that gentle smile of hers. Then the intrusive thought hits. Does she act this way because his drawings are actually good, or is there something else going on here? When he looks at her a certain way, she literally gulps, and her heart starts pounding out of her chest. The tension between them is getting too real, and she can feel every second of it. Both of them are standing there holding opposite sides of the easel, their hearts racing in sync. This moment has them both feeling some type of way, and neither one knows what to do about it. He's completely exhausted after grinding all day, calling it quits and heading home to recharge. His sketchbook is sitting there on the table, a reminder of how much work he still has left to do. He walks in and immediately freezes when he sees something unexpected lying on the floor. The confusion hits him instantly, and you can see the shock written all over his face. She's peeking around the corner watching him discover her portrait of him just sitting there on the ground. This whole situation just went from 0 to 100, and we're all here for it. He's freaking out because she didn't just copy his messy hair, she literally practiced drawing his entire face too. The realization that she's been studying him this closely is making him spiral completely. All her practice sketches come flooding back to him, drawings of him working, portraits with different expressions, studies from every angle. She's been putting in serious work trying to capture him perfectly, and now he knows it. His brain is going into overdrive processing what this all means, the shock hitting him like a freight train. The bold text is screaming what he can't even say out loud right now. Looking at her confident portrait of him smiling, he realizes this isn't just her casually making things look nicer. He's staring at another version of himself asking what even is this, then seeing her back turned to him in the memory. Wait, if Toda was practicing his face, that means she's in the second painting room right now. He puts it together immediately, his expression shifting as the implications sink in hard. She walks into the room acting casual while he's sitting there frozen at his easel trying to process everything. The awkward energy between them is so thick you could cut it with a knife. She spots her sketchbook sitting on the table and immediately realizes she left it behind earlier. Her face lights up with relief mixed with total embarrassment as she pieces together what just happened. She rushes over to grab it, moving fast hoping he didn't see anything too incriminating in there. He's just sitting there watching her scramble, the tension absolutely unreal right now. His eyes drift downward and the frame focuses on her from behind as she bends over to pick something up. Bro is caught staring and you know his brain just completely short-circuited in this moment. She turns around catching him mid-stare and they lock eyes, both of them frozen in the worst possible way. The says everything. They are both panicking and neither one knows how to recover from this. He's looking down at his hand, asking himself why his heart is pounding like crazy right now. The physical contact mixed with everything else that just happened has him completely shook. She walks away from him trying to act normal, but her thoughts are spiraling. There's absolutely no way she's getting flustered over him. She's in full denial mode, convincing herself it doesn't mean anything. He's gripping his face with both hands, having a full internal crisis about what just went down. His expression says everything. Bro is not okay and doesn't know how to process any of this. She gets right up in his face asking him what being a Gyaru type even means, calling him out for thinking she's just cute and pure. Her energy is aggressive, but you can tell she's flustered as hell underneath it all. He glances over and sees her sketching him again, completely locked in on capturing his likeness perfectly. The realization hits him hard. She's totally in love with him, and there's no denying it anymore. She's twirling her hair, thinking about how nice he smells, the sparkles around her making it obvious she's catching feelings. Everything about him is hitting different now, and she can't shake it. But she also mentions he's gross sometimes when he scolds her, trying to balance out all these confusing emotions. The duality is real. 1 second she's into it, the next she's calling him out. Someone off-screen asks her about romance experience, and she just stands there frozen like a deer in headlights. You can tell this question just unlocked a whole new level of panic she wasn't ready for. She admits she obviously turned down everyone who tried before, then clarifies guys have definitely hit on her in the past. Her delivery is defensive as hell, like she's trying to prove she's not completely inexperienced even though we all know where this is going. He's staring at her with wide eyes as the weight of everything starts crashing down on him. The "and then" is hanging in the air, leaving us on the most brutal cliffhanger imaginable. She's sitting there focused on her drawing, completely locked in on her work while he's watching from across the room. The lighting through the windows gives this whole moment an almost serene quality that's about to get completely shattered. We get a close-up of her working with both hands gripping her tools, her concentration unbreakable right now. She's in the zone creating something and has no idea what storm is brewing in his head. He's having an absolute meltdown, realizing she has the beauty mark on her chest, just like he imagined. His face is pure shock and panic as this detail confirms everything he was too afraid to admit to himself. She's standing there looking effortlessly good in casual clothes, the sparkles around her radiating main character energy. He's looking up at her from below, completely overwhelmed by how she's presenting herself right now. He tries to cope by telling himself this is all just his imagination running wild, and there's no way any of this is real. Bro is in full denial mode, desperately trying to convince himself he's making it all up. She's leaning in close, asking him if that spot could actually be on her neck, depending on the angle he's looking from. Her smile is teasing, but there's genuine curiosity mixed in as she tries to figure out what's going on with him. He's completely losing it, internally confirming that's definitely her neck, while his brain short-circuits. The way he's sweating and panicking shows he's been caught red-handed and knows it. She calls him out point-blank, asking what he's staring at with that intense look on her face. Both of them are sitting there and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. She snaps at him, calling him an idiot and telling him to quit trying to play it off like he wasn't looking. He's sweating bullets trying to deny everything, but his face is giving him away completely. She gets right up in his space, accusing him of always watching her, not just now but constantly. He's backed into a corner, stammering, while she's leaning over him demanding answers he can't give. They're sitting next to each other on boxes, and he's covering his face trying to find the words to explain himself. She's just waiting there patiently for him to finally admit what's been obvious this whole time. He's begging her not to make him say it out loud, his entire face red with embarrassment. The poor guy is absolutely cooked and knows there's no way out of this conversation. She tells him she's ready for whatever he's about to confess because she's already prepared herself mentally. Her expression is determined, but you can see the nervousness hiding underneath as she braces for impact. He finally starts to open up, saying that when he looks at her, something specific happens to him. The way he's positioned looking down shows how vulnerable this admission is making him feel. He admits that even though everyone around him is objectively better at art than he is, he still feels like he can keep pushing forward. She's sitting there quietly absorbing his words as the weight of his confession settles between them. Both of them are completely shocked by what he just said, the revelation hitting them at the exact same time. She's processing that this whole thing was about motivation and inspiration, while he's realizing how that probably sounded out loud. She explodes, asking if he's basically telling her that her drawings are trash compared to everyone else. The anger is real, but underneath it you can tell she's hurt by the implication that she's not good enough. She accuses him of trying to start a fight, and he immediately backtracks, saying that's absolutely not what he meant. He's waving his hands frantically, trying to explain himself before this whole situation gets even more out of control. He stumbles through his explanation, saying that when he sees her working so incredibly hard, it genuinely fires him up too. His face shows pure desperation as he tries to make her understand he meant it as a compliment the entire time. Some random guy appears, showing off his phone wallpaper of his own face, looking confident as hell. Our boy is standing there mortified, pointing at it like, "See, that's what I'm talking about," while trying to salvage this disaster of a confession. She goes off on him, asking how he dares look through her drawings without permission, while he protests that he doesn't remember ever getting the okay. Then she spots his phone home screen is literally that portrait of himself and demands to know why he made that his wallpaper. She's clutching her sketchbook, calling him all kinds of names, telling him he sucks at drawing, so he needs to quit being so full of himself. She caps it off, calling him a filthy, perverted gorilla, and the insults are just flying at this point. The air goes completely silent between them as the weight of everything they just said hangs there. She's standing in the middle of the room fuming while he's off to the side processing what just went down. He drops another bombshell, saying he added one more condition to his ideal girlfriend checklist earlier. The dramatic text effects show this is about to get even messier than it already is. He states point blank that his ideal girlfriend has to be better at drawing than he is. She's standing there with sparkles around her, looking confused, while he has the most serious expression we've seen from him yet. The girl huffs and grips her art tool tightly, announcing that if she were ever to date someone, she would also want them to be a top-tier, godlike artist. She gets teary-eyed and blushes while shouting that she definitely wouldn't want to date a lousy artist like him, which leaves the boy looking quite shocked in the background. Outside the school building, the birds chirp peacefully until a hand suddenly grabs a piece of charcoal with a huge burst of energy. Both of them start sketching on their canvases at lightning speed, telling themselves that they will absolutely find a way to succeed. With intense fire in their eyes, they both hold up their charcoal and vow that they are going to become much better than everyone else.